Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
I'm Moin. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
device audio. मीटिंग आईडी में
Ma'am, you could start. In the meanwhile, they'll be joining, ma'am.
Okay, Pallavi, I don't mind waiting for another 5 minutes if you say so, 5-10 minutes.
No problem. You can wait. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Please try again.
जी वर्मा जी। डीसी दे के रखा हुआ है, डीसी दे के रखा हुआ है। कर दे। Chai, 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 chai. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Pallavi, are you there? Hello, participants. Good morning. Am I audible to everyone? If you all could respond, we can begin this session, right? Yeah, participants, can you hear me? Good morning. There's Nandini who's typing in the chat box. Nandini, can you hear me? Could you please switch on your camera, Nandini? Okay, is it that you are not allowed to speak? Is that so? Can you not unmute yourself? If you all can reply in the chat section. Can you all speak from your end? If somebody can respond in the chat section. Yeah, Kiran, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Ideally, Nandini, it's good if you all switch on your camera. It's a knowledge series seminar, and it'll be great to also see you, right? Am I audible to everyone? So everyone, please switch on your cameras. Yeah, everyone kindly switch on your cameras. That will be great to see the audience also, like you're able to see me, right? So Can you all speak from your end, or is it that you're not allowed to? I mean, I don't know what's the system like.
No, ma'am.
Are you all able to respond?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, great. So I think cameras on, everyone. It will be great to see you all and have this knowledge series session, right? Karuna, Kamal, if you all can put on your camera, that will be great. Sarvesh, Om, Vaishnavi. Okay, so first of all, thank you everyone for joining this session on a Saturday morning. I welcome each one of you to this IFIM Knowledge Series Skill Development Workshop. Okay, and I think more than talking about something, I'd really like to have a session in which you also present your ideas and we can interact with each other. Correct? So welcome everyone. I am Professor Zenia. I am from the literature and the language background. I handle the personality enhancement program here. And today I'm here to discuss with you and, offer a workshop on presentation skills and public speaking, right? So first of all, I think let's begin on a note where we get to know each other. So why do you think public speaking is important? Let's just begin on a note. Why do you think presentation skills are important? Which topic, is it okay if I begin presentation skills first and then we can go to public speaking? Right? Okay, Vaishnavi responds saying, yes, ma'am. Okay, so can we just quickly have responses from you all that why do you think is presentation skills important, according to you? I think one by one, you can unmute yourself and respond, please. I mean, we could begin, we could just pace up the presentation accordingly. If you all just respond, it will be great.
Presentation represents our thoughts.
Okay. Okay. You think presentation?
It can differ from one person to other person.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay. So you feel that presentations reflect our thoughts, right?
Yes.
Okay. So all of you have completed your standard, right?
Can you repeat it, ma'am?
All of you have completed your 12th standard, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So I think at this stage to study about presentation skills is very important. Okay. Shashmita responds saying presentation skills represent personality. Okay. Yes, very good. It represents personality. It represents different perspectives. What else?
Thoughts and way of thinking.
Okay. Yes, thoughts and way of thinking. So I'll be happy to hear from more people speaking about why do you think presentation skills is important? Because you see, once we set the parameter of why we are here, I think it becomes a lot more interesting to really go to the slides. Because, otherwise it will be quite boring. So can I have others also speak?
Better for understanding and easy to convey the thoughts.
Okay. Yes, Jayashree. It's better for understanding and it conveys our thoughts. Okay. So Nandini says that communication can be more effective through it. Yes, definitely. Our communication is more effective. We get better in our thoughts. We are different individuals. That's what, Jagadeshwara said it, if I've pronounced your name correctly, right? Yeah. So he said that, if we are different people, so all of us presenting different ideas and presentation skills brings in different perspectives. What else? Come on, others can also, add to the ideas which your friends have mentioned. Why do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, in simple words, you can tell about that confidence.
Pardon?
Confidence.
Confidence. Okay. Yes, Kamal. It also reflects our confidence. That's very true. Because, if you now all of you have responded one by one, right? Now, if you add up to everybody's points, just imagine, you get a lot of answers like why you all are here today, right? Today, you may sit through a lot of knowledge series programs and you may go through a lot of PPTs. But I think it's very important to first address that why are you attending this knowledge series, correct? Why are you attending this seminar on presentation skills and public speaking? So I think the why has to be addressed first. And I think you all have done it very nicely. And that is that, everybody has put forward the ideas. Why do you think it's important? So I think at this note, we can, of course, begin. Anybody would like to add anything more? Okay, so I'll begin the presentation. So once again, I welcome you all and thank you for joining on a Saturday morning. Please feel free to loop in your ideas. I will make the session, interactive both ways, but please feel free to add in where you would like to. Okay. So do let me know if you're able to see my slides. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah. Can you all see my slides?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All of
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
see, right? All of you can see, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I am Professor Zenia, and as I mentioned that I am associated with the Personality Enhancement Program area, and I'm here to offer this knowledge series on presentation skills. We already addressed why presentation skills are important. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first, let's look at the importance. I mean, besides, the fact that all of you address the importance already, but when you speak of presentation skills, tomorrow all of you all will be, going to colleges, right? Be it degree colleges, be it UG colleges, be it any course that you do or anywhere that you study, you will be going to different colleges and, doing different kind of work. So I think presentation skills at any point of time goes a long way when it comes to career progress. Okay. For example, even if you go and make a presentation to a college, or you're sitting through an interview where you're supposed to make a presentation today, for example, you are in my class and I ask you to make a class presentation on presentation skills. All of this adds up to your career progress. And I think all of you made the point already very clear that we are different human beings. We come up with different ideas, we add up to ideas, we add up to our knowledge, and what it all helps is to add up to our confidence as well. So all these parameters help us in our career progress somewhere. Okay. And when we speak of career progress, it also leads to our, individual and organizational goals. So, today, if you are trying to achieve something in life is your personal goal, right? But tomorrow, for example, when you join a college or when you join a corporate, you are trying to work via a company. So that is organizational growth. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Vanam, are you saying something? Okay, I'll continue. And one of the most important things is personal branding, right? Today, the more you practice presentation skills, the better you become at it, because, every time you do something, it hones your skill. Today, if I say, and, I would like to make this point here that 10 years back, I was really, quite afraid to speak, to walk inside the class, because I think I had just started teaching then. But all of us kind of, get over our fears over a period of time. Okay. And here I am today, I'm on the other side of the coin where I'm a faculty and I'm taking a session on presentation skills. So, it takes a while for anybody to really skill yourself up. Okay. How many of you today feel that you can become confident in like over a year? How many of you really feel? Come on, you have got to respond to this question, because I think it's important that we communicate and have this session forward. Tell me, how many of you really feel that maybe where you are now, you will become better for sure in 1 year's time? Come on, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone will develop the skills, right? Once
Yes.
they have once they do done with the experience with anything, like
Yes.
on the stage, they will really go and develop their skills from the
Yes. Yes. Anyone else? I would like one more response and then I will continue. Anyone else? Okay, is there anyone else who's not confident about themselves, who's really has some stage fear? You can please open up here. Anybody who says that, okay, I'm quite afraid to speak in front of the audience. Anybody here?
Yeah, even I have a stage fear.
Okay.
When I am done with the BBA.
Kamal, can you switch on your camera, please?
Yeah.
Yeah,
While,
please tell me.
while I'm doing the BBA, actually, the main thing is we have to manage the things there. Actually,
Okay.
the business management. The
Yeah.
first thing we have to do that the presentation would be every day it would be there.
Okay.
Yeah, at that
Okay.
time I was afraid and I am not able to speak English well. Later on that I have tried and developed my skills. Then
Okay.
I'm not afraid about the stage fear.
Okay. So which
I'm
means that
okay.
it took you so long to really get over your fear, right?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it's like a classroom thing. They have given the presentation that you have to made and come tomorrow. They told.
Right.
At that time, I was not. I don't know how to take that and how to.
Yeah. No,
Later
Kamal,
on,
go ahead.
later on that after experience thing, after 1 year, again I came back and I have not any stage fear that like I'm moving forward with that.
Okay. So you took 1 year, Kamal, right, to get over your fear, right?
Yeah.
So today, imagine, Kamal, that Kamal and everybody else who's present in this workshop, I mean, imagine it takes so much, right, for every student to get over the fear.
Yeah.
But see, the whole idea of making this presentation and picking this topic up is because when you sit back with your fear thinking that I will be able to do it, you will never be able to do it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Huh?
Actually, even though I went to the speaking classes for 3 months, 4 months
Right.
to get there.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. So it doesn't happen like that. So how you can overcome is when you practice it more, right?
Yeah.
You cannot otherwise do it, right? When you practice it more, you'll be able to do it. Somebody who's a champion in a javelin throw did not become a champion like that, correct? He picked up the javelin and he kind of put that effort to throw it, and then understood where he is, and then tried to hone his skills by practicing more and more and more, and then became a champion in javelin throw. That's just an example. So for anybody, you out there, you all are quite young, somebody is just going to go to college. So, you all can, of course, hone your skills by getting into the practice more and more. And that is where I think my third point is enhancing personal branding. What do you mean by personal branding is you are also, for example, there's Jayashree Bajaj, right? Tomorrow, the more Jayashree tries to speak about everything, she will become more confident and people will know who Jayashree is, right? So today, if people know who Jayashree is, she's doing her personal branding, correct? And personal branding doesn't mean that it has to be outside. Personal branding may mean that, in your class, students know you. In your college, students know you. Okay? In your neighborhood, people know you. In your family, people know you. That is personal branding. Okay? That is what I mean by personal branding. And fourth is you sell your ideas. Now, any presentation will have a topic, right? There is no presentation which can be without a topic. So, of course, any topic will have certain ideas, and you try to sell your ideas via your presentation skills. I once again request everyone, if you all can switch on your cameras, that will be so great, because I think Kamal, Jayashree, Kiran, Jagadeshwara, Darshika, all of them have put on their cameras, and it's so good to see everyone. And then, go ahead. Ayushi is also there. So please, everyone, switch on your cameras if possible. Yeah, thank you. So, of course, when we move further, can you all see the change of slides? Just a minute, okay? Yeah, just let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, just a minute. Okay, yes. So we moved, this is the PPT is not too much of content loaded, okay? Because I believe that it's very encouraging for, I mean, that's how my sessions would be. I always find it quite interesting to interact more rather than, showing too much on the slides. So if I today have to ask you that, how do you present? Okay. So, the best idea to really think about any presentation is you have a structure. So according to me, the way I would begin a presentation is with these 4 buckets. I don't call this structure, but rather I call these buckets, and you've got to fill these buckets with like few things. Okay. So my first bucket is planning. All right. Which is very important, which is a part of anything that comes by. Preparing, practicing, and delivering. Okay. So these are very clear 4 buckets that all of you can really prepare yourself in terms of, when you say that you have something to present. Okay, let's just go ahead and see. Planning, as you know, that today, if I'm sitting to make this presentation, the first thing I wanted to know is who my audience is, right? Are my audience people who are already working, or are my audience students? Are my audience my colleagues? Are my audience faculty? Who is my audience? So tomorrow, for example, if Kamal is going to present to a company, to a corporate, right? So Kamal will find out who the audience is, right? You cannot make any presentation irrespective of who the audience is. So very important that who is the audience. Now, also, it's very important to understand what is it in store for them. So what do you think? Why are you guys here today? I mean, if you have to answer my second question, why do you think you guys are here today? Come on, give me a response. I know everybody has a response. Come on, speak everyone. Why do you think you're here today? Why did you register for this workshop?
To know what's the content of this workshop.
Right. Okay. So then, Darshika, what is your goal further? What is your goal further?
My goal further is to really comprehend what Professor Zinia Nanra is saying and applying those in my coming presentation and public speaking skills.
Okay. Thank you for your response. There was somebody else who was trying to say something. Who was that?
We are here to know about something. What is meant by public talking, and
right.
What are the rules and what we have to do and what we not to do.
Correct. Very good. So I think, both of you have very well summed up that first, it's very important to understand why is your audience there, correct? Today, the audience, as in you, have so many other options, right? Why are you still sitting in this presentation and, listening to somebody who's trying to tell you something? I mean, you have so many platforms. So you have really got to understand the audience interest. So tomorrow, when all of you go and make a presentation somewhere, remember the first question you ask yourself is who your audience is. Okay. When you answer that question or about who your audience is, you are able to crack a larger, puzzle, and that is that directly takes you that what should be your presentation, right? Because you cannot make a presentation. You cannot make a presentation for a faculty and present it to your friends. Correct? The presentation that you make to your friends or, who's somebody around will be very different from what you make to your faculty. So that's why it's very important to understand who your audience is and why they are there and what is the goal that they have. Okay. And, how long is your presentation and where is it taking place? These are some of the minor issues that you can address. So all of this comes in planning the presentation, right? Now, the initial idea is very important. Okay. So for me, I think, what did I do initially? If somebody can tell me. This slide says that sell your message in the first 30 to 45 seconds. So what did I do in my first 40 seconds or 45 seconds? Can somebody tell me? Did I do something? If you can remember what I did in the beginning.
Introduction.
Being interaction with us.
Okay.
You represented yourself first.
Okay. Yeah, correct. And what else? That's a very good point. All 3 points are very good. What else? Come on, everyone. Others may also respond, please. What do you think I did in the first 40 seconds or first 1 minute, so to say? What was I trying to do? Come on, others can also answer. This is not so difficult. Come on, pitch in yourself. So what did I do is first I tried to make as you know, your friends mentioned, I introduced myself and, I presented what is supposed to be. So what you do is I tried to bring in the ease, okay? I tried to send across the audience, send across the message. So if you ask me, what did I try to do is introducing myself is of course one part of it, okay? Interacting is one part of it, but I think what I tried to do specifically is to, put an effort to make you all feel comfortable, correct? See, today, if you all were in my class and if you all were my students, and if we would meet, face to face, it's a different thing. On a public platform, on a virtual platform, it's very different, right? We are not in one place. You're attending this Zoom session from somewhere else, right? So hence it becomes very important for me to create that ease first, correct? And that's what I tried to do in my first 40 to 45 seconds. Okay. When I said that, you also please respond, put on your cameras, speak whenever required. What is all this? These are all basic skills which we try to, which we try to have around us, in which we could interact with the audience. Today, my audience is you. Okay. All of you are my audience. So I tried to sell my initial idea in my first 1 minute, and that is I wanted to create ease. Okay. Of course, my topic is presentation skills, but that was not my initial idea. I want to make it a point here. All right. My initial idea was to create ease with you, with every one of you. Okay. And that's what I tried to do. So you have to do for yours. All right. Planning tips. So I'm going to definitely get back to this question for all of you. Okay. And so you all have to be a little vigilant that I'm going to ask you that, okay, now if your audience could remember only 3 things about your presentation, what would you want it to be? Right? So I'm going to come back to this question at the end. You have to answer this question for yourself. All right? Because when you make a presentation, please ask yourself that what is it that my audience should like to take away? Okay? What is it that they would like to remember? All right? So today I have in my mind the answer to these 3 questions, and I'm going to come back to this at a later stage, right? Yes. So this is my second bucket. Okay. The first bucket was planning. My second bucket is preparing. All right. What do you prepare, by the way? And how do you prepare? What is preparation, by the way? If somebody can tell me. What is the preparation?
Gathering the information according to the content.
Very good. You gather information according to the content. You gather information also according to who your audience is, correct? Because it's very important when I say that, who your audience is, then your content has to be decided accordingly. So, of course, you plan yourself, and these are just easy points that I have just tried to write. And that is, you build your outline, right? So what do? You first take a pen and paper. You have understood who your audience is. You have understood what you want to present. Make some keynotes, right? Order your thoughts, how you want the flow of the presentation to be. And everyone who's attending this workshop, it's okay to fall flat in your presentation. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to forget things, because only when you do these mistakes, you are going to learn in the second round, right? If your first round, you take the pressure in your mind that, oh my God, what happened? Then you will never come back on the stage again. And by stage, I mean either your classroom or a stage or a platform like this. Maybe, when I started teaching, there were so many times that I fumbled. Okay. But you learn as a faculty and as a student, you learn every way. So hence, I think it's very important that you note down the points, you deliver it. It's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to fall back, it's okay to flutter, but it's important to really do something. And only when you do it, you will make mistakes and learn. So you make a clear structure like this. So of course, structure your presentation further in terms of introduction, theme, and summary. Okay. Now, this could be applicable to so many other things that you all are doing. I mean, it may happen that, you have a presentation. Okay, come on, give me some of the examples. Give me some of the examples that you would like to make a presentation on. I would really want others to speak Jayashree, come on, you tell me. If today you have to make a presentation on something, what would your topic be? Come on, tell me.
Global warming.
Very good. Okay, global warming. So, can you position global warming in this structure, Jayashree? Right? Today, if you have to speak on global warming, you can put it as an introduction. What is the main theme of global warming? Okay, and the summary. Now, before she speaks on global warming, Jayashree, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So before she speaks on global warming, I think global warming is a very vast topic, right, Jayashree? You would
Yeah.
also want to think what is the aspect of global warming that you'd like to speak on, correct? So
Yes,
maybe,
ma'am.
you pick up some aspect of global warming that you'd like to speak on and then structure it accordingly, right? Come on,
Yeah.
somebody else. Who's this? Nanta Gopal. Come on, you tell me. What is if you have to speak on some topic today, what would your presentation skills topic be? Anything. You can give an example of anything.
I choose the topic that I took on my project. That means study on women preference towards menstrual hygiene products.
Okay, that's a very interesting topic. So where did you study this, Gopal?
Ma'am, I took this topic on my college project.
Okay. Now, I would really have one response from everybody. What would they like to present on? Come on, guys, everyone. You're just 24 of you and we can really have quickly. Yeah.
I would like to choose the topic in today was creating and destroying.
Creating
And destructing.
Okay, fine. Okay. Sarvesh, what about you? Sarvesh Godse, are you there in this meeting? Okay, so Kamal, what about you?
I would like to take the Karnataka politics actually.
Okay, very interesting. Karnataka politics. Okay. Kiran, what about you?
I like to talk about society, ma'am.
Society. All right. Karuna, are you there? Karuna Giwari, are you there? Okay. Darshika, what about you?
Ma'am, it would be public speaking and presentation skill only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what topic in this? I mean, for example, your friend said that somebody would present on society, somebody would present on maybe, global warming. Your friend said, somebody said menstrual hygiene.
Personality enhancement.
Personality enhancement. All right. Okay. Moinuddin, what about you? Are you there in this meeting?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Please tell me, what would you like to present on?
Society, ma'am.
Society. Okay. Ayushi? Ayushi, Vanam, Utkarsh, Augustin, Vaishnavi, would you like to respond? What would your preferred topic be? All right. So thank you everyone for your response, because that also gives me a clear idea of how you're thinking, right? I mean, so interesting topics. So of course, like that, you can make the structure of the presentation accordingly. Now you see what happens. So what happens when you prepare an introduction? I mean, is an introduction just like that given? No. Okay. Your introduction is there as a structure of your presentation because you get attention of the audience, right? And what happens? What do you have to do? With your introduction, you have to get the attention of the audience. The main theme of your topic should be focusing on the content, which is very important. Okay. And summary and conclusion leads to your key message. Okay. So today, the fact that I asked you, what would you present on, is because I wanted to tell these things to you, that with introduction, you get the attention of the audience, and hence introduction is quite important. Main theme consists of the content, and your summary actually leads you to the key message of your presentation. And hence, there is a thought behind your presentation, right? Structuring, you have to make a very powerful opening, correct? So according to me, I think an opening should be that you ask questions to stimulate thinking. So did I ask you questions? If you have to go back to the beginning of the presentation, did I ask you questions?
Yeah,
Too many or less?
too many.
Too many. Okay. Too many? Were there too many?
No.
Just countable questions.
Okay, so I may want to take this as a feedback. I tried to not ask too many questions because little questions also make you think. So I wanted you all to really interact, engage, and involve. And hence I was trying to ask you questions.
Madam,
This is
questioning is the first key to open the innovative.
Yeah, of
innovative
course.
innovation.
Of course, opening, when you ask questions, it becomes very boring, if somebody comes and, does the presentation like that. But I also wanted the session to be a little more interactive. So, question is something that I always in the class also begin with. Sharing personal experience. Did I share anything? I shared what I was like, when I was a student 10 years back, right? I shared what the fears that I had. Okay. Now, everything that I have written is not supposed to be followed. These are just few steps that you can think of, right? You may want to begin with a joke or a humorous story. You may want to show something on the screen that the audience can relate to, okay? You may start with a very inspirational story. So today, there are so many influencers around us, right? We have stories of great people who have inspired us. Today, you can pick up anybody's story and then you can open up your presentation, use a prop. What do you mean by use a prop? You can have any instruments in your presentation and speak about it, right? Then you can present facts and information. So these are all ways in which you can make an opening for your audience, correct? We move to the next slide, and that is structuring the presentation. Now we had another structure in terms of content. This is structure in terms of body. Okay. Now what happens? These are again part of the other slide that I had. You can present data, quote experts, relate experiences, give descriptions, give engagers, check the understanding of the object also. So these are quite repetitive points from that. So you can, of course, include it in that. Now there is something called as the pyramid principle. How many of you know this? I mean, of course, you can see and know it now. But how many of you knew this before? Come on, tell me. How many of you knew the pyramid principle before? Yeah? Is there anyone who knew this before?
Yes, ma'am.
You knew this, right? Okay, great. Anyone else? No. So we
I
can
know
also...
the concept, but don't know as a pyramid principle.
Okay, but you know the concept. Great.
Yeah.
Great. So a lot of times, this also happens what Jayashree responded. A lot of times we study so many things. Maybe we know what the structure is. We don't know what the concept is called as. Happens or not, right? I mean, happens with us. I mean, when, a lot of times we would know that this can be the answer, but we don't know what the content really is. We don't know what the term really is, right? So the pyramid principle is very easy, everyone. It is that the key message, supporting arguments and data. So I always classify all this into buckets, as I already mentioned. So I go ahead with my key message, which can also be an opinion, right? Today, if I say that, for example, if I say that I support this aspect of the global warming. For example, Jayashree wanted to present on global warming. And I say that, I pick up this aspect of global warming. Then what makes me pick up that aspect? And, all of us discussed in this meeting that all of us are very different, right? And the fact that all of us have different ideas. So today, if I want to speak on global warming in Antarctica, why did I pick up Antarctica? Okay. I have to support why I picked that up. And that is my second part of the pyramid, that is supporting arguments, right? Now, why did I pick it up? And the third part of my pyramid is that how do I support what I picked up? Now I need to have data and facts to support, right? So I cannot say that I picked up Antarctica just one fine day. It doesn't happen like that. I picked up Antarctica because of a reason, and the reason is so and so. Okay, that is the pyramid principle. You structure your presentation, you summarize, you appeal for action. This is your conclusion. You can use very good images if you want. Okay, that's a part and parcel of, you can use images to support your point and use a consistent theme so that it doesn't look bad. Why do you think there's a slide on attending college? So either you all are fresh out of college or you're going to join college, correct? You know, the data suggests, everyone, that there are so many people who join college. 51% of the world's population leave college because of lack of effective support. Why am I presenting this data to you today? Okay, I'll come back to that question. Now, this data is being presented to you to also make you feel and realize that, look, today, if you are in college or you have passed out college or you're going to go to college, remember everything that you do in your college in terms of, these soft skills, these public speaking skills, these presentation skills help you go a long way, right? CGPA is very important, but CGPA may not allow you to crack your interview alone. All right? Because what happens in an interview is little bit beyond CGPA. Okay? Today, you may look at my CGPA or a scorecard and say that, okay, I will interview you. But if I don't sit through the interview properly, if I don't respond to your questions properly, do you think my CGPA holds any importance? Because as a recruiter, as a college head, or as somebody who's taking the interview, that is also equally important that I should respond. So the data that I presented about attending college is because for you to understand and the need of, how important are these soft skills when you speak of any profession, right? So practicing, another thing, I think it's very important that all of us believe in ourselves, and becoming confident is already a point that was mentioned, right? What happens when we present? Why do we present? We present because we want to be confident, okay? So these are some of the points, you prepare yourself, you rehearse and practice, you should know your subject very well, use some techniques if you want, smile, and avoid stressors, okay? So don't make your presentation too heavy with concepts. That is something that you shouldn't do. Delivering. Now, this is the TEL model, okay? What do you think I've been doing all this while? I've been using this TEL model, all right? Remember, everyone, what is this TEL model? TEL model is you tell them what you will tell them, in the sense that for everything that you're showing, you have to properly speak, reiterate, and keep sharing what you want to focus on, is the TEL model. Okay. So of course, key drivers of any presentation, according to me, are the words, voice, and body language. Okay. Because I think it's very important that other than the content, words, and the way you deliver, your body language also is very important. So we'll come to that. Okay. So what do you do on the day of the presentation? Okay. These are some of the very minor points. I may want to skip this slide here. Okay. Yes, this is dealing with questions. I have one more. Yeah. So this is dealing with questions. Okay. What do you do when you're presenting something? I mean, the fact that today, if you're presenting to your friends or anybody, you have like about 4 or 5 questions. How would you deal with the questions? There is also, so my presentation not only focuses on presentation skills, but it also wants to talk about how do you deal with questions if it comes to you. Okay. You thank the questionnaire, you repeat the question, answer the question, and thank them once again. So you may try your level best to do this. Now, these are just activities that I wanted to, but of course, you can go back and practice also. If somebody wants to speak here, you can do that. So you can pick up that's just my example, that, you can pick up a very boring thing from your kitchen and speak something about it, right? Maybe, so what happens is when you try to speak about something, it helps you and gives you a lot of idea. Okay, how can I go ahead? How can I present? And how can I probably structure what I'm speaking about? Okay, so can anybody tell me what is the hint that is there in this slide, if you all have understood? Is there any hint that I tried to give in this slide? Do you think there is any hint in this slide for you all? Give me just a minute, okay? Meanwhile, you all try to figure out what is the hint. Yeah, can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is the hint like? Tell me.
The importance of body language. Body language and speaking. If we have a good body language and good way of speaking, if even it is a boring topic, it gives the audience to listen carefully with an enthusiasm.
Okay. So I'll give you one
Gives
hint.
you the curiosity.
Yeah. So I'll give you one hint. Okay. My last slide takes me to my next presentation. Now get the hint, please.
Confidence.
No. What is our next topic? There were two
Public
topics.
speaking.
Yes, definitely. Public speaking. Yes. So my last slide has provided a hint to the next topic, right? So what is today? If I have to, I'll just open the slide because that's very short. That's not too long. And we would just like to discuss few things in that. Okay. I'll just open that. Yeah. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So my next topic is public speaking. All right. Now, when I was at that last slide and I wrote it that, pick up anything weird or anything which is not normal and try to speak about it. Okay. Maybe pick up a mic and speak about it. Maybe pick up a pen and speak about it. So I was actually hinting towards not presentation skills, but I was hinting and bringing you all to the next topic, and that is public speaking. Because, presentation skills is one aspect of which is related to delivery, content, PPT, and all of that. But what is public speaking according to you all? Come on, please let me know. I mean, there are very few slides here. We can just slide through. But what is public speaking according to you all? Can you all tell me?
Delivering ideas to public.
Okay. Delivering ideas to public. What else?
Behaving in public.
Behaving in public. Okay. That's equally important. What else?
And speaking.
Yes.
What to speak and what not to speak.
Very important. What else do you think is public speaking?
Representing yourself to the public.
Yes, indeed. Very important that you represent yourself to the public, right? Because
gives the clarity about our way of thinking is good or bad.
Yes, very important. Let us just look at this, okay? What is public speaking? If I have to really tell you a little bit formally, public speaking is a formal face-to-face communication method where a person uses the medium of speech or, a topic to influence a group of listeners. So who is my group of listeners today? Who is the audience? Which is you, right? Everyone, just my sincere apologies. Just give me a minute. I'll be back, right? Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so sorry. Yeah. So, of course, today my audience is you, which is my group of listeners, right? So you have to, this is what is public speaking, if you ask. Public speaking, I mean, if you really ask me about public speaking, you know, there's a lot more to just this definition, okay? Because why I wrote that activity at the end of that slide is, you know, at this point in your life, you should pick up concepts, topics, probably issues, subjects, and have discussions, you know, and the idea or the thought behind any discussion, I mean, the way I teach my students is, you know, I always club them into 3 buckets, you know, opinion, reason, and example. Okay. I mean, you can also take away this with a, you know, because, you know, this could be quite helpful for you. Opinion, reason, and example. And why I'm using the term opinion, reason, and example is, for example, today you want to speak on G20 summit, right? That is your opinion that you would like to pick that as a topic. Okay. Now, why do you want to pick up that topic is the reason behind it. Now, when you want to state that what your reason is, we always give, what does data do today? Can somebody tell me? Why does data exist today? Can somebody please tell me why does data exist today?
To provide information.
Very good. Data exists to provide information. What do we do with that information, Jayashree?
We process that information and make opinions about that.
Very good. So what does data help us to do? Today, when I'm saying that there are 3 buckets in which you can, you know, club your ideas into, opinion, reason, and example, that is what I exactly mean. That when you want to pick up, when you say, this is my opinion, why you hold that opinion is the reason, correct? And the why question is answered with a data. Now you understood. So what happens when, you know, data, how does data help you? Data doesn't help you otherwise. Data doesn't help you in isolation. Data helps you because data exists everywhere. Data helps you because data is prevalent everywhere. You've got to pick up the data and support your arguments with examples. Correct? Is this point clear to everyone? How does data help you?
Justify the reason, it justify the answer.
Hello?
It justify the answer to the argument.
Pardon?
It justify the answers to the arguments.
Very good. It justifies the answer to the argument. Now let us look at further slides. 1 minute. I think it's not changing. I'll just reshare this. Yeah. Can you all see my slide? Can you all see my slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is public speaking. Okay, the second slide, which is of course the second, which is of course similar to what we discussed. So I'm not getting into the details of the content here, which is planning and preparation, positive nonverbal communication, confidence, right? Now, both presentation skills, and why I did not focus nonverbal communication there is because I wanted to emphasize the nonverbal communication part here, all right? So what happens is nonverbal communication acts as a very important driver in any kind of communication, whether it is facial, whether it is offline, whether it is online, or whether it is, you know, class to class, one-on-one, group sessions, anything, okay? The fact that whenever you're trying to communicate to somebody, you are of course speaking in words, right? But non-verbal communication helps you and goes a long way. Why? Because the way you speak, the way you stand, the way you move your hands, the way you do other things, the way you use your gestures are non-verbal communications. Today, everything that you put up in your slide and the way you speak is verbal communication. But non-verbal communication is a very important parameter also. Okay. I'm so sorry. Do you see the slide changing by any chance? Anybody? Can you all please tell me?
No. No,
No?
ma'am.
Okay, I'll. Okay, let me just go back and share like this. Can you all see the slide?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think this slide more so sums up how you can begin speaking, right? So just a minute is the title of this slide. Okay. So this is how I tell my students to begin to speak. Now, somebody who has, how many of you have stage fear here?
Me, ma'am.
How many of you have stage fear here? Who responded just now?
Muinuddin first.
Okay. Moinuddin says he has stage fear. How many of others have stage fear?
Sometimes me too.
Jayashree. Okay. So stage fear is something that is a common prevalent fear that students may have today, right? But can you all begin just like that randomly to speak for 10 minutes? Can you all do that? You know, students, Jayashree, you were saying something.
Yes, ma'am. We can do that in front of friends, family. But when we go to stage, we get nervous.
I know. Seriously, this is something that, yeah. Kamal, what are you saying?
No, obviously, she told right. Same.
Yeah, that's correct. That's so relatable, no? That if you're,
Ma'am, I can speak from nearly 1 hour.
You can speak for 1 hour.
Yes, ma'am.
That's so good then. That's so good.
Because
But,
I don't have a fear.
Okay,
I don't
that
have
is
a fear of speaking, and also
okay.
I will encourage everyone to speak out.
Okay.
And with my families, friends, seniors, juniors, everyone, I'm really like a motivator for all.
Okay, that is so good, Jagdishwara, right? But you know, I think in my class of 60 students, there would be 10 like this maybe, or 15 or 20 like this, but rest 30 or 40 will have stage fear, right? So you know what happens is, it's okay. All of us have some kind of fear here and there, right? The whole idea is to address it. So today in this presentation, I'm addressing the idea of stage fear with you all, because I believe every student has some kind of fear, but stage fear is one of that prevalent fear, which is like, I mean, you know, you have to get out of it somewhere, correct? I mean, like Jayashree mentioned, that she can speak for 10 minutes in front of friends, family, anybody else, but in the class, it's difficult. So how to get people to really come into ease in class? which is also very important, right? Today, if you're not able to speak in class, how will I'm a little apprehensive of how will people handle corporate world, or when they are into their respective jobs. It's very difficult then, right? So how do you do it? So in my class, maybe to bring the students at ease, the first activity is just a minute, because this helps them to first speak for a minute at least, correct? I mean, that minute can be like 3 sentences or 4 sentences. Somebody who has a fear to speak and open up will be able to only open up with 3 sentences or 4 sentences. So that 1 minute, that 60 seconds are very crucial for anybody to really open up like that. And hence, just a minute is a very good activity for anybody who wants to give away on the fear. Okay. Planning and preparation, as I mentioned earlier, I think just a minute or public speaking requires 90% planning and 10% on delivery. But this is again something that can differ from student to student, people to people, individual to individual. That is your choice altogether. All right. So planning and preparation, of course, you have to deliver your structure and content to the audience in a way that they understand everything. Okay, so we move ahead. Now this is very important. Okay, the non-verbal aspect, which I did not focus much on in presentation skills, because I knew this would be here. It's very important that public speaking not only addresses, or presentation skills not only addresses how you are speaking, not only addresses what you are speaking, but also addresses the how, right? Why is already addressed, why you are speaking. The how and the what is also addressed. Now, how would you want to speak? The how part of a speaking directly takes you to non-verbal communication. Okay, which is that today, if you stand to speak, okay, 70% of the way you speak constitutes our body language. Okay, 23% constitutes our voice pitch, and 7% constitutes our words. This is the data from the World Economic Forum of Non-Verbal Communication Studies, which clearly suggests that how important is body language when you are speaking anywhere. Okay, how important is voice when you are speaking anywhere, how important is delivery when you are speaking anywhere. Okay, so these things work a long way. Okay, and of course, non-verbal communication is not only body language, it also involves posture, movements, your facial movements, your eye contact, your voice, pitch, tone, everything. And this is what non-verbal communication helps us to do. Whether you would want to come in that blank screen, or whether you would want to fill yourself in the screen, in the other screen, is your choice, right? So today, if you are in front of the audience, you would want the audience to listen to you, yes or no? Right? You would want the audience to listen to you, and this is the reason. So yes, positive examples. These are some of the positive and negative examples of non-verbal communication and verbal communication, okay? So what happens when you are positively using non-verbal communication? You look up, you smile, you use your hand and arm gestures, you roll up your arms freely, okay? You keep on moving from one area to another area, you make eye contacts with the various audience, and the opposite of that comes in the negative non-verbal communication. So your audience will never listen to you if you do not follow the proper non-verbal communication, right? So this is again, yeah. I think this has gone back to the same slide. So that is it for public speaking and presentation skills from my end. We're free to have a session of discussion if you'd like to have. Now, I will go back to 1 minute, okay? Just a minute. Yeah. So I think, can you all Can you all see this slide?
Ma'am, which was
Yeah. So I have a question to ask you all now. That what is your 3 takeaway from the presentation skills and public speaking today? And key takeaways meaning something that you all have learned today, right? Something that maybe you all knew, but I don't know, maybe wasn't in that structure. Something that you want to take away from this presentation. I really want to hear from all of you. And that will be great if you all can respond. Can we begin with Jagdeshwara?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me.
First point was what's the importance of the interaction, and
Okay.
what's the importance of presentation and
Right.
plan, presentation and public speaking. That's what the introduction we are going to do. And what's about that is known as the content. And it was the second point. And the last one was the what we are going to learn and how it should be learned and what should not to do.
Right.
And that's what the third one.
Okay. So these are your key takeaways, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What you learned from today's session.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kamal, what about you?
Yeah, from this session, simply 3 words. Like when we do the public speaking or the presentation, the first thing ever we need to the body language, posture, how we are delivering the words, and the second thing is content and the exact points we need to mention, and the third thing is how the audience responded to your presentation, whether they understood or not with the questionnaire. That's the thing. Yeah, it's the
Okay.
3.
Okay, these are the 3 things you learned, Kamal. Is that so?
Yeah, more, but these 3 things, I would think that 3 things are very important.
Okay, I'm so happy that you all have some learnings to take away from this workshop, right? Because as somebody who's taking a workshop, I think we try to obviously, impart some kind of knowledge to students. So hence, these questions are very important. Come on, Jayashree, tell me. What about you?
First of all, planning and preparing plays an important role.
Right.
Second of all, to take care what to do and what not to do. And third of all, body gesture and mind it to take care of it.
Okay. Thank you. What else? Who's there? Gopal, would you like to add?
My first point is think, act, and deliver our words positively. And second point is a well preparation is needed for a project based on a topic. And third one is build a positive body gesture.
Okay. Who else is there? Does anybody want to add? Anybody else who's in the meeting would like to add what their takeaways are? All right. So I think we've come to the end of the session, and you all have been one amazing audience. That is what I'd like to say, because it's always a 2-way process. If Kiran, would you like to add something? What are your 3 takeaways?
No.
Okay. So anyone else? Okay. So I think we've come to the end of the session here. And thank you for being so wonderful, audience. And thank you for responding to my every question and being so interactive and healthy, right? So, and thank you everyone for joining also. Okay. Good day. All the best to you. And that's it. All the best, everyone, right? I'll hang up then. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.